All right? Okay, go ahead, my brother Yashua. You got the floor.
Okay. We're gonna move off the allegorical thing because even on the first show you just couldn't get that, and it's okay. We're gonna move on from it. Some people it would be harder because that would mean then that their whole faith will be in trouble after that point. That's understandable. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna
I can't get it. I did get it, but go ahead.
Okay. If we go back and into the times of antiquity, well, we will find out that there was a people called the Hyksos people. Some say they didn't exist. Some say they did, but they're in Egyptian records. These Hyksos people spelled Hyskos. These are also called. Also, it's referenced to in biblical theologians. You know, they call these people the Hebrews. And these Hebrews, they were not black people. They were Eurasians, or as they may call them, Semites. They were not black people, never been black. So blacks have been deceived ever since the 1880s by two men, F.S. Cherry and William S. Crowley. Those are the two men responsible for blacks becoming Hebrew Israelites. These men, they were leader of churches. They mixed Christianity in with Jewish traditions, and from then on, we have had the Hebrew Israelites among black people. We have to do research in history to figure all of this out. Now, if as a point of fact, if someone may say, no, this isn't true. Now, the only way to know if this is true, we know that we have to rely on people telling, histories or whatever, documenting things. Now, if we be fair and go through the documentation of history, one thing we're going to find is that the Jews have a historian. His name is Josephus. Now, in any biblical scholar, they don't just ride on the Bible. No, they look in history to see where the Hebrews is at. What did they do? Is there any monuments? Is there any artifacts? Is there any tombs with bones in them? Is there any writing other than just what's in the Bible? This is how you're going to prove your case. So they come up with a man named Josephus. Josephus said that the Hyksos are the children of Jacob. They were called Ikasu, Shashu. They are not black people. They were Semites of Eurasian descent. They were not black. Simple as that. Now, why do they call them Hebrews? It's because they crossed over a little small land bridge. So it was no exodus that they had out of Egypt, but they was running from the Pharaoh Ahmose of the 18th dynasty, because these people had invaded Egypt and they set up a capital at Avaris. All of this, what I'm giving you, is history. All of this is actual history. Now, these Eurasian peoples, they were not blessed. They wasn't chosen. They were leprous in Egypt, and they were expelled out because they were foreigners. They tried to conquer our country. They tried to put us in slavery, and they did all sorts of barbarous things. And for our people to assume that they are those people is totally false. So these people did take our ethnicity. Yes.
Okay, we got a caller that has a question or a comment. And the rule we have on this show, if questions or comments, we take them immediately. So I'm going to give you another 30 seconds to come to a pause, and then I'm going to take this call. Go ahead and finish your train of thought within another 30 seconds, and we'll take this call.
Yeah. So these people, they ruled over Egypt for about close to about 120 years until they were expelled out. They didn't have an exodus. They was expelled out, and then a little later on, most of them was killed all the way off. According to history, these Hyksos invaders, again, were not black. They were Eurasian. They were Semites. They were not Hamitic, not African, regardless of any biblical description.
Okay. All right, just hold on a second. Let's go ahead to the phone lines. We have area code 708-903. Go ahead with your question or your comment.
First, I'd like to give all praise to the Most High. I am Yashua. But secondly, I would like to have peace and bless the brothers, Prophet Shalom. And my comment is, I got a couple of them. Hyksos were the Hebrews or the Israelites. And they were not, like you said, there was no such thing as Israelites in Egypt, but they were not called that. They were called Yashua or Hyksos or Shepherd King. So the Shepherd King that you talk about, yes, they were a spell. They were a spell when the Most High put the spirit on Pharaoh to keep them out, as you say, or put them away because it was destroying the so-called Egyptians or the Ham seed. If you look up the truth, not just the good things, or they built pyramids. Yes, they built pyramids, they drank blood, they sacrificed their children, they did all type of wicked abominations. So those people that you hold so close to, they're worse than they're the devil's children. They were envious of the Hyksos. That's why they put all their false knowledge in there. Ooh. That's why if you read the Josephus, it tells you that those people can talk about them. You had to read between the lines to get the truth. So yes, they didn't talk about the Israelites. Josephus people describe Christ as olive colored. There's two types of olives, the green and the black olive. So which one was he describing? You know, ain't no green people on the earth. So get your understanding of it. You're right, I'm sorry. Ain't no such thing as a black nor a white. There's different shades of red, different shades of brown. After that, Shalom, Barakatah. If I got another comment, get your understanding of, stop holding on to the devil's understanding of the world. Shalom.
Well, that was Brother Gabriel. He's in just so some of y'all don't know who he is, that's Brother Gabriel out of Chicago. He calls the show a lot. He's in a rare mood tonight, but you heard him. What do you have to say about that, Brother Yashua?
Oh, I thank him for his comment because he proved my point. Exactly. That the Hyksos people that they call in the Hebrews, they wasn't black. They were Eurasian. And so if he knows his history, instead of just taking what's just in the Bible narrative, you know what I mean? Because he's looking for an identity himself. I understand that. I don't want to rip nothing away from anybody. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is that they are not black people.
Well,
they took your story and then they put their names on it.
Okay, well, hold on. And you're going to get plenty of opportunity to lay that out tonight. You don't talk a whole lot tonight, so get ready. But in Brother Gabriel's fairness, Brother Gabriel, press one of your phone. Looks like your hand is still up. In his defense, you can't say he's looking for an identity. You don't know what he's looking for. You don't know if he
don't have an identity. Matter of fact, if you're a Hebrew Israelite, if you're a Hebrew Israelite, you know well that the Hebrew.
Okay, now when I say hold on a second, remember, hold on a second means hold on a second. We got to have order here, my brother. I know you're very, very much excited. And I'm glad to have you on the show. It sounds like you know what you're talking about. We like intelligent people. You are one of them. But you got to hold on when I say hold on a second. I'm not going to talk over you. When I say that you don't know this brother to say he's looking for an identity, and that's how he got this truth. You basically saying he's looking for an identity. You're saying what Pat Robertson said. Pat Robertson said about black people that they looking for an identity. That's why we say we're Israelites. Well, he don't know that. This brother could have walked down that truth while walking through Walmart, reading the book. You don't know how Brother Gabriel got this truth. So that's not fair to him. And I'm bringing you back on the line. Go ahead.
Irregardless of that, all black at this point in time, if you don't have your own language, if you don't have your own land, if you don't have your own culture, if you don't have your own religion, you have to borrow these things from other people. That means then that you do not have an identity. And anybody that's in the Hebrew Israelite religion, including you, it was what they were talking about. They gave you a sense of identity. You can't deny that.
It might have gave you an identity, but that don't mean that's why we're listening to it. Hold on, Brother Gabriel wants to clear up, I'm sure, what you're just accusing of. Brother Gabriel, go ahead with your quick, okay?
First of all, brother, the identity, as you know, I know you know, because you weren't even going to the Hyksos or the Egyptian policy, whatever you want to follow. If you were satisfied with your so-called identity. When you go to Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, it clearly describes something. Let me read it for you. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. If ye have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. I should read 5. I'm going to let you dwell on that. So, matter of fact, I'm going to read 5.
I quoted that the other day.
Hold on, Yashua, hold on.
I quoted that very scripture the other day and talking about blacks losing their heritage.
I'm going to give you a better one. 16 and 19. Oh Lord, my strength, my fortress, my refuge, in the day of affliction, the day shall come from unto the east, shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited thy
That's right. That's
what
do you think I'm here teaching for?
Hey, brother, I'm the same way, man. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if some reason I'm getting a bad trying to say
Look.
This right now.
Can I ask you one question? I need to ask you one question before you leave. How is the Hits post going to be Eurasian in the beginning, and then y'all over here talking about y'all the Hebrews and you black? Explain it to me.
First of all, I don't follow that black Hebrew Israelite stuff. As I told you when I said ain't no such thing as a black.
Why are you upholding it?
No,
why are you upholding it?
Who? Upholding what?
Why are you upholding that then?
When did I say that? I guess you didn't hear. Let me say it again.
If you're sitting here quoting from Hebrew Israelite scriptures, they say those scriptures belong to them.
To what people? To the white folks?
Don't the Hebrew Israelites say that those scriptures was revealed to them that you're quoting? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Because Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20 tell you that the Most High only gave the law to the children of Jacob and the judgment unto Israel.
So he gave it to the Hits post?
Yes, sir. If you want to call them that, the Hits post,
the Hits post was never given. They stole. No, they came down into Egypt. They stole. They tried to enslave our people and all sorts of bad things. God ain't never gave them nothing. And for you to oppose that, you absolutely don't know anything about Judaism, Christianity, Islam, or nothing about the Bible. You've been deceived.
You're right. I don't know about Judaism because when Yashua was walking around.
Hold on, brother Gabriel. Hold on, brother Yashua. And this is what I don't want. We gotta stick with the facts. Now, y'all both are very intelligent brothers, and I'm sure people are gleaning from y'all as you talk. But what you can't do, especially on this show, because we're going against what we're trying to accomplish here. Brother Yashua, you have lots of facts, whether they true or not, what it got to do with the Bible or not, whether or not they're whatever. We're trying to find. You're the one in the seat tonight. Everybody familiar with what I teach, but they're not familiar with what you teach. So you have the perfect opportunity to educate us if that's what the Most High have done. But you can't say the brother don't know this, he don't know that, he don't know that. You can't say comments like that. Stick with your guns. Continue to slay ignorance with truth if that's what you got. I'm going to let both of y'all cool off while I go to area code 516-610